Yes. Yes. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Yes. I am holding one of these microphones. I saw somewhere online, they're like, you look so unprofessional when you do that. Okay, I don't like. Let me be unprofessional. Yeah, my desk is a little messy behind me. Unprofessional. All right, so this is actually my intention with this video is that it's not professional because I'm tired of being these cookie cutter, do this, do that. Just want to share some things with you. So actually what I want to talk about today is kind of calling out one piece of BS that I hear in the personal development sphere that I was into, this piece of advice, until today I had a realization with the cold plunge at my gym, and then I was like, wait, F this rule. So we're going to talk about it. So I recently just joined this CrossFit gym, and I love it because of the gym, of course, and the people, but they have a cold plunge in there, and they have a sauna. And whenever I see a cold plunge or I hear, hey, we're going to go do a cold plunge, I'm like drawn to it. I'm like, I need to do this thing just to prove that I can do hard things. And so I decided, now that I have access to this cold plunge, every time I go and work out, which is 3 to 4 times a week, I want to do a cold plunge after. And then after that, I'll do the more fun thing, the sauna. So the first time I did the cold plunge, there were people around me. They were like, yeah, go Shay, yeah, and cheer me on. And so it was really easy to just dive in. It still sucked, but it was really easy to just go. And then the second time around, nobody was there. It was me and my own thoughts. It was scary. And I thought about it a lot. I even got my feet inside and thought about it. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And so I eased myself in there, and it sucked. And I was a little upset with myself that I didn't just do it. And the third time I did it, I was so pissed because of the second time of me not doing it the way I should do it. The third time I just dove in. And mind you, I'm 6 feet tall. This little cold plunge is 4 feet. And maybe even smaller, I don't know. But it's so hard to like get in there and dunk your head in there. So it's not an excuse, it's just a known obstacle. It's going to suck a little bit more. So today, when I did the cold plunge, I was by myself yet again. And I was pacing. I'm like, fuck. I do not want to do this. I don't want to do this. And there was so much pressure, and I was having like flashbacks to the second time I did the cold plunge, where it was like, you're gonna be a pussy again, right? Like, I don't think I used that language, but it was like that. Like, I don't want that thing that happened on the second time to happen again, because I know how upset I was with myself. So today, when I did the cold plunge, I was hands on my knees, staring at it, like, I don't want to do this. And finally, I just talked to myself out loud, which, by the way, now I know my human design, and part of it is to talk out loud, to figure shit out. I wish I would have known that a long time ago. I mean, before I was crazy, but it was in my head. And now at least I can be crazy sounding with it coming out, but me coming up with better solutions. So anyway, I decided I was going to talk out loud to myself. So I did. I said out loud, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then I realized, I don't have to do this. So why am I doing it? Nobody is making me do this. But for some reason, I'm like called to it. Why? Why do I want to do this cold plunge? I was asking myself that out loud. Why? Nobody's making me. Why am I doing this? And I realized it's because I want to be strong. I want to be able to do hard things because I know life is fucking hard. A lot of life is hard. And I think that if I am able to do a hard thing like a cold plunge for a few minutes, then I'm able to face the other hard things in my life. And so why is because I want to be the person who doesn't have to do it, but chooses to do it to get better. And so honestly, when I got to my why, I was better able to hop in the tub and sink in. It was regular. And one of the things in personal development that they warn you against is don't say things that you don't want to be true, right? Like the tongue is a powerful weapon or a powerful tool, however you want to use it. Well, weapon, that's kind of like shooting it at somebody else. But because of that rule, it's like I want to manifest the life I want, so I'm not going to say things because I don't want to manifest that thing. And a lot of people in the personal development sphere talk about fuck your feelings. And I had done that for so long. Sometimes I had even been like, fuck my feelings, fuck this work, I'm going to go numb out. Because I don't want to feel anything. If I got to fuck my feelings, I'm not going to do this work over here that means something to me, that gives me feeling. And when we say fuck our feelings, or when we say don't say that thing, don't say that thing because you're going to manifest that thing, then we stop paying attention to what we're actually feeling or what we're actually thinking, what we're actually experiencing. We just say fuck that thing. If we just say don't say that thing, then we lose connection with ourselves. And this whole time I was thinking of doing the cold plunge, saying I can't do that. I was afraid that if I said it out loud, I wasn't going to be able to do it. Maybe it's another thing if I was like, I can't do this. Maybe that would have talked me out of it. But the idea that we shouldn't say our thoughts, our feelings, we shouldn't pay attention to them or be aware or even listen to them is a problem. And that's the BS I'm calling out. I was literally afraid to say something because of manifestation or personal development. But ignoring how I'm feeling is not personal development. It is abandonment. It is being stuck in these rigid rules that other people create instead of listening to ourselves. I mean, truly, the voice inside of me, that voice that was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I was a scared little baby Shay saying, I don't want to do it. It hurts. I mean, can you imagine you and your younger self, going and doing something hard together, and then your younger self doesn't understand. Why do you want to get in a cold plunge for 2 minutes? It sucks. It hurts. You like literally freak out. You can't control yourself. I almost peed, but I didn't. That was hard. I think it was frozen. But your younger self is just sitting there being like, I don't understand. I don't want to do it. But your older self knows, because of your why, you're not just doing it because you're a, masochist. You're doing it because you want to get better. And you want to get stronger, and it's actually good for you. But sometimes we want to push that younger self, we want to push that scared self away from us. And that scared self just wants to be seen and heard. Oh, it's for our growth. It's not just to do some funny, mean little joke. It's for our growth. That's the little kid. It's your younger self. Like, yeah, it's for growth. It's so we can get better because, we want to be strong for things in life. Oh, okay. Just wants to be seen and heard. So we can't keep ignoring our feelings. Now, it doesn't mean, as an adult, listening to my inner child, I'm not going to let them control, right? People are like, I get the sentiment of fuck your feelings. and do it anyway. I get it. Okay, you get up early to work out or work out whenever you're tired. Yeah, fuck your feelings. You said you were going to do this, you go work out. But actually, to me, I want to have more compassion than fuck your feelings. Right? If a little kid says, I'm tired, my inner child says, I'm tired, I don't want to, I hurt, I'm sore. The adult now has a choice. They can follow the kid, or they can make a choice that helps them grow. And sometimes you do need to listen to yourself and be like, okay, yeah, I am hurting today. I need to take a rest day. Sometimes that is the case, okay? This isn't everywhere all the time, all at once type of thing, okay? And so avoiding these types of thoughts and feelings could actually hurt us in the long run, because it eventually disconnects ourselves with ourselves. Fucked our feelings for so long, I'm sleeping on the couch, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Sometimes getting the resistance out of the way clears a path for you to move forward. Sometimes calling out that resistance when you're nervous or scared to go into something, not necessarily a cold plunge, but maybe a speech or a performance, a speech or performance, and you're scared, you're nervous, you ask yourself why. You could be like, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this speech in front of 1,000 people. This is the most people I've spoken in front of. I don't want to do this. I do kind of have to do it because somebody hired me to do it. Okay, so I do, but I could. I have complete free will, and I could walk away and I could ruin my speaking career. I could do that. I could. But there's a deeper reason in why I'm here. Maybe because I'm supposed to use my voice. Maybe because these people out here, they need whatever message I'm bringing. Maybe because 1,000 people, I think 1,000 people is a lot. Girl, you got 50,000 people in the future. And maybe this is just preparing you for that. But you have to get your thoughts out of the way. Because I know when I couldn't see or think straight when I was just like, I can't do it, or I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. There was no clear path for me to move forward. I saw a post the other day by Corey Allen, this guy I follow on Instagram, and it essentially said, stop asking, what do I need to do, and start asking, who do I want to be? And that changes it from pressure to purpose. And that's what this did. That's what this did for me. It changed it from this pressure of like, I have to do this. I made myself a promise that I would do this, and if I don't, I'm a pussy. I don't say that word in real life. Just you, me, my bedroom. But I felt that pressure to follow through. But then when I got into my purpose, and that I want to be stronger for future Shay, I even want to be stronger for younger Shay, and I stepped into my why. And when we fuck our feelings for so long, we forget our why. Then we find ourselves stuck in jobs, in relationships, in situations. We're just doing it because we have to. Because we feel like we have to. And then this whole time we're like, I don't want to. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to. Oh, I actually don't have to. A lot of people, yeah, I have to go to work. You don't? Will there be consequences? Sure. But people are like, I have to do this. And when you realize you don't have to do anything. Nobody's stopping you from living on the street. And you change it to, this is why I'm working this job. This is why I'm in this relationship. Then you can decide whether you want to stay there or not. But until you get to clearing that path, you won't have that clarity. So we want to talk from alignment, a why, not a shame, not a pressure, like, oh, I have to, and if I don't, I'm a terrible person or a pussy. So use this story as your motivation to take those thoughts of resistance that you have in your head and stop ignoring them. Start looking at them. Start asking them questions. It's quite incredible the conversations that we can have with ourselves. When we just talk to ourselves, it may seem weird. And who knows if I'm talking to me, if I'm talking to someone else. But the things that we can find out about ourselves to help us move forward in life are truly powerful. They're all right here. Right here. So I am curious. Curious? I'm curious. Do you have a repeated thought in your head that you just can't let go of because you feel like you have to do something? You have that resistance that you haven't cleared the path through? I want to hear about it. Comment in the comments. Leave a comment. I want to hear about it. Leave a comment. My name is Shay Dominguez. This is Level Up with Shay, and I'll see you next time. Peace.